Scorpio, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week ahead, keeping in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So make sure to check out your other placements. And if you've been interested in receiving a personal reading, have a look at the description below because I am offering a promotion for the month of May. So it's a good time to get a reading if you've been wanting one. All right, let's get started for Scorpio. What is the current energy around Scorpio for the week ahead? Okay, Ten of Swords. Scorpio, you're going through something difficult right now. It's unexpected, it was sudden, unexpected, and it was painful. This is a very painful ending to a situation. But the thing I like about the Ten of Swords is that it's over. The worst of this is over. Now it's time for recovery, but something devastatingly unexpected and feels like a betrayal happened here in the Ten of Swords. And you may not feel like you can get up from this. I'm seeing the Magician on the bottom of the deck in reverse, which makes me feel like you're sort of doubting that you'll be able to recover from this. But again, the thing about the Ten of Swords that I do appreciate is that at least it's over. Sometimes I think the Nine of Swords is worse because it's the part of it before it ends and you are going through the nightmare actively. The Ten of Swords means the nightmare's over. It was painful and it led to an ending that was unexpected, but the worst of it's over. Let's see, what is the obstacle here? The obstacle here is communication. So we see here that there are conversations that need to be had or have happened, but I almost feel like it's an obstacle because there are still conversations that need to be had about this, and that's causing you to almost relive this trauma over and over and over again. And it's sort of very defeating. I feel like you're in a place where you feel like you have to defend yourself when I see that Five of Swords. So the obstacle to you healing after this ending is that you're still engaged in conversations about this situation. You're still needing to talk about it. You may be feeling very depressed when I see the Four of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So take care of yourself here, Scorpio. Let's see what's top of mind here for Scorpio in this situation. What's top of mind right now? The Page of Cups is top of mind. So, it's interesting. That makes me think that top of mind for some of you may be children, because these pages are messengers, but the Page of Cups always makes me think of of children, even the birth of a child, something leading to a new beginning here, something leading to a new beginning. So that makes me feel that although you're going through this really difficult time, there's a part of you that's focused on the new beginning from this ending, and that it could be really positive. And so there's a part of you that is almost there's a part of you that's almost expecting something beautiful to come out of this ending that was so painful, even though the obstacles are further conversations and maybe feeling like you have to get people to understand you, and it's hard because the conversations are full of miscommunications and misunderstandings. The Page of Cups as your focus makes me feel like there's hope. There's hope on the other side of this. Bottom of the deck is the Lovers. So for some of you, this involved a relationship that was very significant and very intimate, and at one point felt very balanced and ideal. So no wonder you got the Ten of Swords. It was very unexpected ending, very painful because it came almost from a relationship that felt like it was very much in balance. Now, let's see here. What is at the root of this? What's at the root of this? The Star card. Yeah, you're rebuilding. You're on the path of healing here, Scorpio. I know you've been going through something very painful with that Ten of Swords. I mean, honestly, very difficult, but it's over. The worst of it's over. All that's left is some conversations that you have to have about this. But seeing the star on the bottom tells me that this is actually... I know it's going to sound crazy, but this is actually a blessing, because whatever happened showed you that person wasn't who you thought they were. And it wasn't what you thought it was. And so it had to end so that you could see the truth about this individual and that you could have a new beginning. And I feel like for some of you, children are at the top of your mind here, or you may have had children with this person, so that's where your focus is. And you're rebuilding, you're healing. The Star card comes right after the Tower, and the Tower is a time where the truth has come in to destroy things that are false. And so now you're rebuilding, now you're healing. This is very encouraging. Let's see, what are the past influences on this situation? Wow, okay. So past influences, we see the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups both in reverse. So in the past, you may have felt like this situation was draining you a bit, and maybe draining you a bit emotionally and financially. There may have been some warning signs in the past that this was not as it appears. Five of Pentacles shows me that there was almost like a sense of loss even in the past, or setbacks. So even though it was a person that you felt you were in alignment with, you know, it's almost like there were moments where you felt like this was emotionally draining, or that there was a lack of commitment on the part of someone involved here. Or you may have felt like you weren't sure if you should commit to this because you might have thought it could have led to a loss. And I feel like it did. You were right if you thought that in the past, it feels like. Now, what is the upcoming energy around this? Upcoming energy, we see the Queen of Wands. So upcoming energy shows me you being in a place where the sun is shining on you again. Sunflowers in the tarot always show us where the sun is going to come out after a period of loss or pain or suffering. And the Queen of Wands is a beautiful energy of sort of being in touch with that sun shining again on a situation, and feeling the warmth of that sun in a way that allows us to feel confident again, allows us to rebuild, allows us to connect with happiness, gratitude, laughter. And I feel like it's been a while since you've had that. So you're moving towards that right now, Scorpio, and it feels really encouraging. Let's see, how does Scorpio feel about themselves at this time? Two of Cups in reverse. So you're not seeing eye to eye with someone here. There's a relationship that has broken down here, and there are still conversations that need to be had, but ultimately you don't see eye to eye with this person anymore. I feel like you see them in a way that now reveals to you that there was disharmony, and that a union has been disrupted, and that there is a separation, and that you're in the midst of healing from that right now. You're in the midst of healing from this breakdown between you and someone. In the Ten of Swords, Two of Cups, past energies show us that there was some emotional drainage. There may have been financial drainage. There may have been signs in the past. The characteristics here weren't, there may have been some missed signs here. Let's see, how does Scorpio appear to others right now? What is the outward expression of Scorpio? Six of Swords. So other people see you as needing to let go and move on from a situation that was really defeating, right? There's that five, we have the six. Six of Swords says that it's difficult to move on. And I think it's difficult to move on right now. People recognize that because there's still some stuff that's outstanding. But the worst of it's over, Scorpio. The worst of it is over. From that Ten of Swords it's very painful, but it's like a relief because the worst of it's over. Now you can focus on recovery, healing, moving away from this. And it feels like what's on top of your mind again. It feels like you want to dream a new dream. You want to have a new experience, and you may be focused on children if there's children involved in this situation. Bottom of the deck is Eight of Cups, which is walking away from things that we now recognize are not what they appeared. They no longer serve us, and we're moving away from them. Hopes and fears around this for Scorpio is the Magician. So we saw that on the bottom of the deck at the beginning. So seeing this in hopes and fears tells me that you're hoping you have all the tools you need to overcome this, but you're afraid that you don't. You're afraid that this won't work out. You're afraid that you won't recover and move on, or be able to sort of heal from this, recover from this, impact this situation, to have control over something. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Cups. So I know that what ended was something you felt very attached to emotionally. And at one point, this felt like your happy ending, right? At one point, you were like, I have everything that I could have ever dreamed of. And now you're starting that dream over from scratch. Because now you recognize that the individual you were with in this connection turned out to be someone that you don't recognize anymore at all. You don't even recognize them by their behavior, by this ending and how sudden it was. It's a difficult situation for sure. Let's see what the potential outcome is here for Scorpio. It's the Four of Cups in reverse, and that is a period of depression. Four of Cups in reverse with the Empress in reverse on the bottom of the deck. That makes me feel like there's a part of you that's going to have a hard time letting go and focusing more on sort of how awful this has been, instead of the fact that now you can be grateful that it's over and that you know the truth about this person now, and you don't have to continue down a path where you're with someone that isn't who you think they are. And so there are things here to be grateful for. Maybe in time, right? Maybe right now you're like, what? Grateful? I'm suffering so badly. And I get that, but at least it's over and you know the truth now. So hopefully that will help you to let go and come back into yourself, which is, I think, exactly what I'm seeing in the cards here. You're working on that. You're working on healing. You're working on recovering and getting distance. But there is a part of you that feels very pessimistic about this situation still. You feel really pessimistic about it. Now, let's see here what final guidance you'll receive through the oracle cards to close this reading for Scorpio. Truth. The truth is going to come out in the end, and you will have recognized the truth. I think you're going to see the truth. And I actually also feel this energy of the truth setting you free from so many things that were not as they appear. And that you're coming to the edge of this. You're almost at the end of this. Hang in there, Scorpio. This situation feels like it's going to come into a truthful, honest ending very soon, and that you will be able to heal from this. I'm going to leave it at that for you, Scorpio. Sending you so much love, and really glad you're here to hear this reading. Hopefully this message reached everyone it needs, because you're going through such a painful period right now, but the end is in sight. You're on the path of healing now. Stay focused on that. Okay, take care, my friends. Sending you so much love.